Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 10, Episode 27, the finale. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows, and also the reactions. If you're returning, you're one of my peoples, welcome back. So we have a few comments from last week's video, so we're going to jump right on in. D. Hilder says, I heard my name, sis. Thank you. Okay, hey, boo. You're welcome. Thanks for commenting. Queen Scarlet Pimp Sunkiss says, the production companies of VH1 have changed about two or three times prior to and in the midst of the panorama because something allegedly happened concerning a police shooting being covered up by a production company on some reality shows that was on VH1. Ooh, I did not know that. I'm not sure which show, but it supposedly played a part in VH1 changing production companies overall. And Love and Hip Hop in particular went through leadership changes in their production company when Mona left. All at the same time, then the panorama hit. So then all of these shows were basically adopted by one Universal VH1 company instead of each show having their own individual production company they work with. So when that happened, Love and Hip Hop seasons are now split in part A and B. Okay, so where one season uses 10 episodes and two reunions, now 20 some episodes a season, but still like 2 seasons. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. She also said thanks for the shout out again, girl. That's okay, Queen Scarlet Pimp Sunkiss. I appreciate that. Now Shanda McD says, I thought I was the only one reviewing this show, showing support. Hey boo, I'm gonna have to go over to your channel and show support too. Thank you. I appreciate for all the comments. So let's get into the review. Make sure my ringer is off so don't nobody be calling and interrupting me during this episode. Now y'all, this was a heavy episode. And this episode proved that, therapy is needed in a lot of places. So Kendra wanted and expected Jock to be with her when she broke the news that he had a baby out there. When she broke this to her mama and her sister. But since his mama's going through chemo, he's using that as an excuse as to why he can't come. But he can go to his job at the radio station. I was like, okay. When she told her mama, of course, mama was upset, but at the same time, just like, you still married this man, you accepted this, so now you're going to have to live with it. The brother, he's on the feelings of people do change, but most people are set in their ways. And when people show you who they are, believe them. And I'm like, I am on that same thinking too, because since Jock has been on this show, Jock has been with several women, and it's been times when he's been with several women at the same time. Now, as far as this baby situation, they're saying this happened while they were on a break. I'm assuming, I don't know if this was before or after he proposed, but while they were not together, he slept with somebody and got somebody pregnant. She accepted it. And now they're moving on, but it's the fact that now that the world knows about it, she's putting 20 on 10, seeming unhappy, and him needing to tell her family what he done while they was on the break. So I guess she don't look stupid. I don't know. Erica tells Bambi and Sierra how Safari got in front of the judge and started crying about how she makes more money than him, so he shouldn't have to pay child support. And he also wanted to join custody of the kids, so she would have to give him child support. Now, I'm not really sure why Erica is surprised, because Safari jumped from different franchises of the Love and Hip Hop. And on each season, he was like continuously messing with a different woman. And I'm guessing that she thought that he was going to be faithful during their relationship. And he simply wasn't. He put on a good facade that, hey, he was going to be, we getting married, we having these kids. But Safari, he still wants to go out there and do what he wants to do and not be a family man. And I seen that before they got married, but I was like, hey, this is not my life, this is theirs. Mama D is still mad that Scrappy cussed her out like she was some heifer in the street. But Scrappy, he had just had enough of Mama D interfering with his relationship with Bambi and putting things he talked about with her, telling it to other folks. Like, if I'm coming to you, my mama, with some issues I'm having, that should stay between me and you. This shouldn't have to go to A over here, B over here, C over here, or D over here. And it's looking like Mama D don't want Scrappy to talk about her faults. Like, he said he grew up with a pimp of a mama. And grew up in, there's crack pipes around the house. And there's prostitutes around the house. And Mama, he's like, I'm hurting. Like, Scrappy, he broke down this episode. And I was like, this is the first time you actually seen him expressing, like, I'm the way I am because the way you raised me. Because he was like, he's hurt. It's just like, I'm hurt too. He's like, that's something that you need to discuss. You need to blame your mama and daddy debate. You are the way you acted raising me. Maybe that had something to do with your mom and daddy, and you need to be blaming them. Scrappy get to knocking over tables. He's fussing at Mama D. And all the people that are at this Spice Grammy watch party are basically trying to tell Mama D, you need to keep family business. Just because Scrappy was venting to you, and then you was basically playing telephone with what Scrappy said, and then added on to that, and then went and told Shekinah. So Shekinah was gonna go run and tell that, and tell Bambi, and tell whoever was sitting there what Mama D said, because that's what Mama D knew. If you want some information to be put out there, you go tell it to Shekinah, because Shekinah gonna go tell everybody. I just want to know, Spice was nominated for the Grammy. How come she wasn't, her and her crew wasn't at no table? They sitting in the back. Well, standing in the back. You would have thought that her being nominated, they would have had some type of table for them. But they was standing in the back, and I was like, they got on heels. You got on this dress, and I know it was uncomfortable. And I'm nominated for a Grammy, and y'all got me standing up. What kind of mess is that? Back over at the Grammy party, Scrappy says, Mama D, you my mama, and this my wife, and y'all the most important people in my life. But, and the reason why I fight for Bambi, is because I love her and I'm in love with her. And he says he's that way because of what he went through growing up as a child, growing up in a whorehouse, growing up in a trap house. He's like, you don't know what it's like having to share a room with your mama because there's people in there doing anything in the other room. You don't know what it's like walking in on somebody doing dope. And he said he's dealing with that because nobody took him to get the help that he needed. Like, I went through all this. Me and my sister grew up with you being a pimp, prostitutes around the house, doggone dope fiends around the house. And nobody took me to get the therapy I needed when I was growing up. But he does acknowledge that her being a pimp is what helped finance his career. But it's like, that's still having to deal with growing up as a pimp with a pimp of a mama. Growing up in a broken home. Growing up with prostitutes walking around the house. Growing up with dope fiends just walking around the house. That environment was not conducive for children at all. But Mama D said she loved her children and she did the best she could. But I was like, maybe being a pimp wasn't the best. Maybe, having dope fiends around your children wasn't the best. I'm just saying. This is when Shekinah takes the time to basically tell Safari that if you don't If you don't want your child going through what Scrappy's going through in 20 years, you need to be there for your children. You need to be a better father. And Carter was like, oh my goodness, it goes Shekinah again. It's like, Shekinah, she be, in a roundabout way, Shekinah, she be right sometimes. Like, you need to be there for Erica and them kids no matter what. No matter what y'all going through, those was your kids. You helped make those kids. And Erica was like, these children were made out of love. And she loved him. And it's hurting her that he's not being there for her. Not even me, these children. She got to doggone it. Show videos of to the kids of their daddy. Because he's not coming around. Do you want your kids in 20 years resenting you and being angry with you because you wouldn't being the father that you should have been? And don't let Erica doggone in a few years or however long get with somebody who's going to want to take care of those kids, and then he's going to be jumping on social media talking about some, they ain't let me be a daddy to my kids. You don't want to seem like you don't want to be a daddy to your kids. Now, this could be putting 20 on 10 because you never know when it's Erica and Safari. But the way she was acting, she seemed genuinely hurt. So that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It is free all day, every day, free 99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like it, you can share it with your people, and you can come over and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people to tell their people to come over and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.